If I were going to intentionally sabotage a roof, this is how I would do it. It's not an old roof, it's just over a year old. It's a rib metal panel system, like so. Barn metal is what I call it. You should never put this on a house. People think it's an upgrade to shingles. This is not an upgrade to shingles. This leads to problems that shingles don't have. So the leak is occurring right below me here. And the roof contractor believed it's this window. And they got up here, and you can see I took that paint off. They caulked a couple, like this joint here, a couple other things, but all the paint and everything was loose. And they caulked right over top of loose paint, which obviously does nothing. That just came right off. So caulking loose paint isn't going to keep water from getting in. But another big issue here is this. With the rib metal panel system, you know, you got ribs. And they started at the far end down there, and they ran towards me, okay? Now this last panel, which is right above the leak, okay? So this lower section here that's all addition. There is a really cool looking header beam inside the house underneath me. It's just beautiful. And then the leak happens somewhere, like here's the edge of the roof. The leak is occurring somewhere in this area, so not far from the edge of this old section of house. And the leak is happening right at that transition area, and it's like flooding out the basement. Like she said, they had 3 inches of water in the one area. Now, first off, here is a big issue. Now, this is another reason why I don't put this on a house. Okay, so if you look at, all right, you can see this panel is humped. Now, I haven't touched that screw. All right, watch. So that was nowhere near tight enough. I mean, I drew it down 1/8 of an inch. So water can get in around that gasket on them. Oops. The gasket's on these screws. So you got it here again too. That doesn't have as much flex, but that means that screw is not tight. See it suck down? That screw is not tight. Oh, get off of there. This one, the next one towards me, exact same thing. This is all installer error. Now, the biggest issue that I found recently as I was working my way up is this trim, this corner trim here. So you got a rib. Now at this corner trim, you know what? I'm gonna pop that loose, but I'll show you that in a minute. This corner trim, there is no rib. So like down through here, they have a screw about every 2 foot. I don't know if you can see that down here. And then on down, screw. Right here you got this big section of you know, it's almost 4 foot long. And watch the corner trim. I can just slide my finger. I mean, right, watch. I don't know if you can see that. Now there's no rib, all right? This rib here, there isn't any over here at the edge of the roof, which means any water that runs underneath here is going to get behind this flashing, this siding, this white flashing, the black roof flashing. It's going to go straight into the house. Every drop of it's going straight into the house. People don't know what they're doing. I mean, at very least, this lip on this corner trim needs a bead of sealant of some sort, and then obviously sufficient screws. At the very best, you want this panel to come out, and if you don't have a rib over under here, you want to make one. You want to bend a flange up. They make tools. They've got tools to do that. The installers had those tools. That way any water that gets underneath this corner trim doesn't run over. It runs that new flange on down and exits the bottom of the roof. Roofing isn't hard. People just aren't smart. So we're gonna proceed to fix this bad boy. But here, I'll show you one more. The screws. Check that out. See that flex? Can you see that flex? Now watch this bad boy. Every one of these will leak. Watch. See it suck down 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch. Never put rib metal on your house. Never, ever, ever. Don't let some yahoo that is just a salesman or whatever talk you into putting it on your house because it's a supposed upgrade. This is not an upgrade to shingles. This is a downgrade to shingles. Don't do this. I mean, it's frustrating for customers, homeowners, and then it's just easy for myself and guys that actually know what we're doing to mock. I hate to say that, but I mean, this is where it is. Like, this is dumb. Next issue on this roof, and the vicinity of the leak. At first I thought, I mean, coming back and looking again, I thought maybe it was the exhaust pipe for the bathroom. But I stepped on this transition metal that, you know, it runs from this flatter section up to the steeper section up underneath here. Okay, so that's going to go up underneath a ways. Now, when I stepped on it, watch what this does. See it? That gap? And it's lapped approximately 3 inches. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to see what's in there. So we got this opened up. All right. And these panels run up about pretty much right to this transition strip. But this is a very flat section of roof. Okay. And I can feel the end of the panel, and there's debris. Okay, so the debris in here, and I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to say if that blew in there. A lot of it probably blew in there. Oh, well, hell. This panel right here. These freaking people kill me, man. Stops right there. It runs up 1 inch underneath this trans. So any water that was getting in through this, because water's gotten in there, you can see the damn, you see that mark? That's from water. That's not from my hand. That's how water was sitting in there and rushing through there. And then I did notice as well, since I got you all, and I'm bleeding now. So they're pipe flashing. And I've seen this with these guys before. They don't seal. You're supposed to seal under this flashing and then put the flashing on. You set the flashing down on the roof and you mark around it. And then you pull it up and you run you a big old fat bead of sealant. And then you put it back down and compress that and screw it. Well, they caulked it after the fact. So what we have is right here is an opening and the flashing. So altogether, I mean, this roof, this is a crap show, y'all. This is so easily avoidable. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why they did it. I'm bleeding now. Probably going to get rabies or something. So that's that. I get to fix this now. So from that, and I don't know why it coincides with this seam and this flashing, but from there to the edge of the roof, every one of these panels on this lower section only runs up. I'm going to stick my finger. Okay, so here's my finger, my hand. My fingers are at the tip of that metal panel already. That metal panel is only running up to here. So that is westward. Okay. So any heavy rain with any significant, not even significant wind, like any wind at all this water is going to come down. Water is amazing. Okay, it will start to siphon, and it'll siphon its way back up in there. They have a foam closure. So this foam closure right here, I don't know if you can really see that. That's a foam closure. Is basically, it's going to act like a bridge for the water. It is doing no good at all. This is wild. This is like anything and everything that could have been done wrong on this roof was done wrong on this roof, literally. To add insult to injury, y'all, remember I was showing you guys the screws. All right, check this out. I didn't touch this. I have not touched this. Look at that screw. Okay, there's my fingertip. That screw is a 1/2 inch off of this panel. All right, so water just runs around the threads of that screw and goes right in the house. There's one right up there. Let's see, where is it? Is that the one? It's gotta be. Yeah. See that? Sitting up off the roof. I don't like to laugh at people, but these guys make me freaking laugh. This is a shit show.